Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Redbird Replay here at Tepke Gym for the first game of the 6th season of Lady Redbird basketball on Redbird Replay. Alex Staub back with you for year number 6. We're excited to have the calls for you all throughout the season. We'll mention it multiple times throughout the broadcast. We're obviously here tonight against the East Peoria Raiders, who come in 1-5 overall after a 32-point loss to Illini Bluffs a couple nights ago. But our next broadcast will be taking place next Friday, December 13th. Redbirds host the Limestone Rockets. Then the following, I want to say Tuesday, Redbirds host Dunlap at the usual 5:30 and 7 o'clock tip-off. That'll be our final broadcast on the television side of things for the 2019 calendar year. And then for 2020, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Metamora obviously off to, you could almost say, a surprisingly better start than some might have thought, because Metamora entering this season lost, and I made sure I had this exactly, 1,004 of their 1,364 points from last year. And of those 364 that are returning, Alana Terry had 200 of those. So obviously a lot of the scoring production was gone, but they've still done a very good job of doing what they can with what they have. And through these 6 games, they're averaging 46.8 points per game, including a 78-25 beatdown of Bloomington on Tuesday night. Lots of records broken in that one. Most points in a game in the Morrow era. Fewest points allowed in a half in the Morrow era. Most points scored in a half in the Morrow era. And why not another one just to finish it off? The largest win spread in the Morrow era as well. Do the math. Redbirds won by 53 on Tuesday night. East Peoria team that Metamora both presently and historically has essentially dominated this series against the Raiders, but that's something that Coach Morrow has said to me once, and she'll say it again if she has to, that they're not focused about that. That shouldn't even be close to being in the front of the girls' minds in terms of leading into this one and how the girls are preparing for these East Peoria Raiders, because the Raiders do have talented all-around athletes like Mo Hoosen is going to go play softball at Butler. You have a player like Madeline Aaron, their guard, number 21, who's kind of been a thorn in our side the last couple of years, has been their leading scorer, I want to say, every single meeting, so that would be 4 between the last 2 seasons. So she obviously is going to be a main factor tonight for them. And then you got Amanda McGarity, Jolene Varquez, their starting point guard, returns as well. But obviously, like I said, Metamora has historically and presently dominated this series, so that's obviously going to play a factor. I'm sure East Peoria knows that. I'm sure the Lady Redbirds know that. But it should not be a factor here tonight. Once again, Metamora coming off that 78-25 win over Bloomington. Let's break that one down a little more. Redbirds had 2 quarters of more than 20 points. They had a 25-point first quarter, paced by Kayla Paisha's 6 points, then a 24-point second quarter in which both Paisha and Katie Ramage had 6 points apiece, and then by game's end, Paisha was the leading scorer with 15. Lexi McClure had 11, Grace Tyra had 11, Katie Ramage had 11, and Elena Redgate had 11, and then Alana Terry had 10. So anytime you have that many players in double figures, there's a pretty good chance you're going to win the ball game. Metamora will obviously be wearing their home whites tonight. It's a new set of uniforms for this season. Redbirds did, well, I shouldn't say did away with the old uniforms. I've outlived 2 uniforms already. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the most recent set of uniforms that the Lady Redbirds wore are now being worn by the sophomore team, who's a pretty darn good sophomore team, mind you. They just beat East Peoria something like 49-5, I think, or somewhere around there. And there's been a lot of games where they've 30, 40 plus to single-digited a couple teams already. So hopefully from a Redbird perspective, that's a sign of things to come in the Peoria area as a whole. Speaking of the Peoria area as a whole, well represented in the new state polls released today. The defending champs and 4 state trophies in the last four out of the last 5 years, that being the Morton Lady Potters. They come in as the unanimous #1 ranked team in 3A with a total of 40 ranking points. Kankakee somehow manages to be #2 in the state, which I've said for the last couple of years, their strength of schedule has both literally and if you just look at the names, that's one thing. But even after doing research, they've had a really weak strength of schedule the last couple of years. So that 7-0 and number 2 ranking can be really deceiving. Richwoods, who's going to be kind of down this year, they lost a big piece like Cameron Taylor. Who else did they lose? Well, they a couple years ago removed from girls like Courtney Crane. Those teams when they were really dominant, they don't have necessarily all of those players. They still have Jada McLeod, so that will obviously be a difference maker. Peoria High, a little bit of a surprise. They come in at number 7 in the state. And then Metamora, past Metamora opponent Sacred Heart Griffin receiving 7 votes. And then our arch rivals Washington receiving 2 votes as well. I've been the first to say, and I'm pretty sure these games air in Washington as well, so I'll say this directed at the Washington fans as well. You're going to want to stick around for that rivalry for the next couple of years, because I'm almost confident that Metamora and Washington is going to become the new Morton Richwoods. You see the talent that both of these programs have. Washington obviously receiving votes in the state poll. Metamora, that group at Germantown Hills, the group, couple of the girls from Metamora grade, couple of the girls from Riverview, and I think maybe one from St. Mary's. They're still coming up, and they're still going to make that varsity level. We have one of those girls starting in the starting lineup, that being Katie Ramage. You have girls like Cam Youngquist that will also get time in that freshman class. There's a lot of youth coming through that's going to make this program something to watch here in the next couple of years. And obviously Washington has a couple of those pieces already there as well. So again, to Washington fans, to Metamora fans, this rivalry, and I want to say, probably should have pulled up the schedule before I started saying that, but the Metamora-Washington series is as, well, there's no schedule in the program. Interesting. Well, oh, there we go. So we host Washington January 7th at 7 o'clock, then hit the road to Torrey Gym on February 11th. So mark your calendars, January 7th in Metamora, February 11th in Washington. Those are the 2 dates for the arch rivalry to write its next 2 chapters. We're going to take a break and then be back with starting lineups. It's the first game on Redbird Replay, 6th season. We've been happy enough to call these games for you. We're about 7.5 minutes from tip-off. We'll be back on Redbird Replay. Welcome back to Tempe Gym, just about a minute away from starting lineups and national anthem. Full-time new public address announcer this year, Charlie Dreyer, who was my color commentator a year ago, has made the move down to the scores table and has taken over as public address announcer for this season, replacing longtime PA announcer Amy DeFreitas. Amy has moved down to the Tennessee area, so we wish her all the best, and obviously she's meant a lot to this program I think, over a decade with this program. So obviously Charlie on the PA now. A very nice move by the Mid-Illini Conference there in regards to Coach Brown. For those that don't know, actually, when I started as a print reporter way back in the 2013-2014 season, which seems like forever ago, Coach Brown was actually my first ever interview as a print reporter, and he was very nice about it. Talked to me pregame, talked to me postgame. He's truly was one of the nicest coaches I've ever dealt with over the years. So obviously our thoughts continue to be with our friends in the Washington community. Well, the starting lineups are getting ready to be announced here. East Peoria, under head coach Cassandra Brown. She's in her 6th season as a career record of 30-1-12. They are 1-5 right now. Their most recent loss being by a score of 62-30 to Illini Bluffs. Their lone win on the year comes against IVC back on November 21st by a score of 66-42. They're averaging 35.8 points per game. And here is their starting lineup. Jolene Varquez, a senior guard. Mo Husin, a senior forward. Madeline Aaron, a junior guard. Amanda McGarity, a senior guard. And Tatum Lamprecht, a freshman guard. Metamora will go with a slightly different lineup due to the injury of Lexi McClure. Time to take you through the starting lineup tonight for Metamora. We'll start off with Grace Tyra, the 5'5 junior guard, averaging 3.7 points per game. Katie Lallemand-Deer, the 5'3 sophomore guard, averaging 2.8 points per game. Kayla Pasha, the 5'11 sophomore forward, averaging 8.3 points per game. Katie Ramage, the 5'9 freshman guard, is the team's leading scorer, averaging nearly 10 points a game, 9.7 to be exact. and Alana Terry, the 5'11 junior forward, the team's leading returning scorer, currently with 39 total points on the year, averaging 6.5 per game. Redbirds have 281 total points on the year. They're averaging 46.8 per game. So that's, I would say, about average, right up the middle of the road for this point of the year. Coach Morrow in her 6th season, second longest tenured coach in program history, if I haven't mentioned that before, trailing only Kathy Wainman. Coach Morrow enters this game with a career record of 66-79 at the helm of this Lady Redbird program. As mentioned, Lady Redbirds are 3-3 overall, and Kim Greaves and Ryan Davis are both back on the coaching staff for Coach Morrow. And congratulations to Ryan Davis and the Warrior coaching staff. The 7th graders and Coach Andy Laird just won a sectional title. They're playing for a state quarterfinal, I believe, this weekend. And then the 8th graders play in a regional championship tomorrow afternoon against Washington Middle at El Paso Gridley Junior High. So the Metamora-Washington rivalry adds another chapter at the junior high level. So congratulations to the 7th grade Warriors on making it to state. The 8th grade Warriors are 2 wins away from the state finals. Just about ready for a tip here from Metamora. Mo Huson will jump for the Raiders, and Kayla Pasha will jump for Our Lady Redbirds. And the Redbirds win the opening tip. Katie Lallman-Deer will run the point. We'll see how East Peoria jumps out here defensively. That'll obviously be interesting to see, as that's been kind of their problem the last couple of years, and we have an offensive foul on the Redbirds. Charge to Kayla Pasha. That's her first, team's first. So obviously not optimal situation scoring. You're committing a foul 14 seconds into the game, but to continue my point, East Peoria has obviously allowed Metamora to put up quite a few points in the last couple of meetings, so I think defensively is probably their #1 priority. And as you see there on the screen, Katie Ramage jumping up and down for that. She had a couple of steals off of that move, and Galesburg had at least 1 or 2 against Bloomington, so having her at the front of that press, I think, is going to be integral, or important, I should say. I'm trying to say 2 different words at the same time. It's going to be interesting to see how they put her into the fold at the front of that press anyway. Shot up, no good for East Peoria, and Mo Huson went over the back. Foul on the Raiders. It is Mo Huson's first personal foul, first team foul. Our officiating crew tonight, Kevin Armstrong is the lead official, and he's being helped out by Kurt Leroy and a familiar face, Scott Taylor. Pasha up top, Lallman-Deer. We're a minute in, still scoreless. Ramage with that cross-court pass, always dangerous, but the Redbirds make it work. Corner 3-ball Ramage, no good, and the Raiders get the rebound with McGarity. Ramage, there's what I was telling you about. She jumps up and swats for that ball and then gets ran over. Nothing called. Katie Lallman-Deer on the other end for 2. 2-0 Lady Redbirds, 6:38 to go in our first quarter. Redbirds continue to show the press here, and a steal for Grace Tyra. Right block, 2 up and in. 4-0 Lady Redbirds. The press continues to do wonders here on the first couple of possessions anyway for Metamora, and Katie Ramage has the steal. Threads it to Katie Lallman-Deer. 2 up and no good. Rebound for Mo Huson. Again, Mo Huson joining a mini East Peoria pipeline to the Butler softball program. Their stud pitcher, Alyssa Graves, is already there, and obviously Mo will be in that program here soon. 3-ball for Amanda McGarity is good. 4-3 Redbirds. Kayla Pasha, fast break bucket. Pasha off the right block for 2. Timeout Raiders at 6-3 Metamora. 5:54 to go in our opening quarter. We'll see what we have here. Call is in. It's a 30-second timeout called by Coach Cassandra Brown. Again, 30-second timeout at 5:54 in the first quarter. We'll take this time to let you know our next broadcast on Redbird replay anyway will be next Friday. Redbirds host Limestone. Then the following Tuesday they host Dunlap. Then that will do it for our 2019 calendar year broadcasting of Lady Redbird basketball. And like I said in the pregame, we'll talk about the 2020 portion of the schedule after the Dunlap game. So the starting point guard, Jolene Varquez, will inbound for the Raiders and get it into McGarity. Again, it's 6-3 Metamora, 5:50 to go in our opening quarter. They were going for Huson. Raiders still have it. Varquez into the corner. On the drive, Peoria and Terry went for it, and we're going to get a jump ball, possession to East Peoria. They had that open corner there with Tatum Lamprecht. I want to say she's a freshman. Probably should have my roster up. Yeah, Lamprecht, just a freshman for East Peoria. Baseline bucket, they dish it off to Huson, almost turned over. Huson still has it underneath. She's been in the lane for a solid 6 seconds. That shot never touched the rim. Ramage down low, Peoria right block, 2 no good. A rebound, Varquez. Defended by Ramage, they get it across, or do they? Not yet. And they get it across, but Terry just about had the steal, got a hand on it. Bats it out of bounds to East Peoria. 5:16 to go in our first quarter. Metamora 6, East Peoria 3. McGarity inbounds below us. That's Aaron on the drive. Madeline Aaron's, like I said, the phrase I use is that rebound goes off Hoos in the Metamora. She's kind of been a thorn in our side the last couple years in terms of at least scoring. So it'll be interesting to see how she plays into the fold in tonight's game. Lallemand gets it across about 3 minutes into the first quarter. Tyra, nice look down low. Terry. Alana Terry off the left block for 2. And it's 8-3 Metamora, 4:55 to go in the first quarter. And Katie Ramage continuing to show that hustle. She showed it a lot on Tuesday night. And off to a great start again here. When I talked to Coach Morrow postgame after Bloomington, I kind of compared that hustle to the likes of Kaylee Hieronymus. And Ramage gets the steal. Left block on Varquez. Reverse up, no good. Rebound to Jolene Varquez. Varquez trying to get past Ramage. Great defense by the freshman. Now off to a turnover. That was Taylor Lamprecht that had it. Katie Lallemand has it batted away out of bounds. It'll stay Lady Redbird basketball. And we have our first substitution of the game. 14, Emma Walton, a freshman guard for East Peoria, is into the game. Grace Tyra will inbound. Peoria open. They got Lallemand open in the corner. 3 ball. No good. Rebound to Alana Terry. Offensive rebound. 2 for Tyra. No good. Rebound to Amanda McGarity. Obviously, the opportunity to get those offensive rebounds, create those extra possessions, that's going to be key if you want to win this game in any style. Houston to the hoop. No good. Has her shot blocked. Rebound, Kayla Peoria. Down floor, Ramage almost lost control. Still has it. Deep cross court pass to Lallemand. Ramage open corner 3 ball. No good. Rebound, Peoria tips it to Terry. Put back good. Alana Terry off the left block for 2, and it's 10-3. Lady Redbirds, 3:44 first quarter. Varquez down floor. Huson now, and they thread the needle. That would have been a good pass if it had been on target. Redbirds weren't necessarily 100% ready defensively. That could have led to an easy 2 off the left block. Varquez to McGarity. Cross court to Walton. Walton no good. Huson blocked by Terry out of bounds. It'll stay Raider basketball. New entries for the Redbirds. Cam Youngquist, the 5'7" freshman, and Elena Redgate, the 5'10" sophomore, replacing Alana Terry and Grace Tyra. New entries for East Peoria. Let's see if I can figure those out. Paige Creviston. And who was the second one? Try and find that out as soon as we can. Was there a new entry? Was there a second sub? 10. Okay. So Youngquist to Lallemand. 5 on the floor right now for Metamora. Let's do one of those. Katie Lallemand, Cam Youngquist, Katie Ramage, Elena Redgate, and Kayla Peoria. Open right wing, Lallemand. Again, they're doing a good job of spreading the floor. They've created a couple open opportunities already. Haven't necessarily gone in yet. Youngquist was thinking about the right wing 3 ball. Redbirds will reset up 7, 10-3, 2:48 to go first quarter. Over to Ramage. Peoria running baseline. They work it over to Youngquist now. Ramage open left wing 3 ball. Good! Katie Ramage with the first 3 ball of the ball game. And it's 13-3 Metamora, 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Varquez, again, Redbirds continuing to show press. It's worked so well so far, so why not? Peoria almost gets a steal. Now Ramage does. Redbirds have numbers, but they got to hurry. Ramage threads it to Lallemand. Right block, good. Katie Lallemand for 2. Redbirds are rolling 15-3 and 2:08 to go first quarter. Jolene Varquez, again, having that experience at some play at a position like the point guard is a very key spot. And we got a kicked ball to East Peoria as Ramage jumped up for that one, and she got up so high it went off her foot. And then Coach Cassandra Brown's going to call a full timeout here for the Raiders with 1:59 to go. So we will take a break. 1:59 to go in the first quarter. Lady Redbirds 15, East Peoria 3. All righty, folks, welcome back to Tepke Gym. Alex Dow with you here. Again, we're just underway of year 6 of Lady Redbird basketball on Redbird Replay. Next broadcast will be next Friday the 13th. Dun, dun, dun. Friday the 13th, Lady Redbirds host the Limestone Rockets. And they are under a new coach as well. Did I write it down? Coach Bentley. So they got a new coach there. And a foul on Ramage right off the inbound. So that's Katie's first, team second. And Alana Terry will replace Kayla Pesha. So Jolene Varquez will inbound far sideline. But yeah, so a couple, well, I think it's just that coaching change, yeah. So hosting Limestone next Friday, next broadcast here on Redbird Replay. East Peoria looking to crack into this deficit a little bit more. Redbirds keeping up the stout defense so far. 2 no good. Rebound Redgate, and that's going to be off Redgate. Oh no. They say off. That's Jexine Bolding, the junior forward for East Peoria. Ramage inbounds to Lalamandir. Over to Youngquist. They got Ramage cross court if they need her. Left wing Lalamandir. Again, the spreading of this offensive unit, I love it. Terry, right wing 3-ball is no good. Ramage, great effort, but it's going to go out of bounds to East Peoria. But again, spread that offense, make them run around the floor, do what they can to try and stop you. And I mean, it's elementary, if you will, that it's well known, in other words, that if you continue to do that and continue to do that well, you're going to eventually tire out your opponent. And obviously, if Metamora is able to do that, already ahead 15-3, who knows what's in store if they eventually get East Peoria to that point defensively. Get it down floor, they get it across in that trap corner, but they still have the basketball. And a traveling violation committed there by Paige Creviston. She played in the sophomore game, I believe. Just saying pregame that there's a lot of players on this sophomore roster that are playing varsity. So we'll see how that factors in as well in terms of fatigue. Alana Terry. Oh, they got Youngquist. Youngquist left wing 3-ball. Good. Cam Youngquist for 3, and it's 18-3. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Varquez inbounds to Aaron. Back to Varquez. Again, the press, that's something I'm going to ask about with Coach Morrow in the postgame show, as we got a 3-ball up and no good. Rebound Cam Youngquist. That's something I'm going to ask her about in the postgame show in terms of how they were able to utilize the press against East Peoria, because that's certainly been a difference to this 15-point lead here, potentially anyway, after 10 minutes. 8 minutes. Gosh darn it. And we have a little bit of a scrum. East Peoria comes away with it. Jolene Varquez on Cam Youngquist. Nice defense. Cam forces the miss. Pesha to Terry. They got to hurry. Down the 4, down the 3, down the 2, down the 1. Tyra to beat the buzzer. Good! Grace Tyra flings it up there and gets it in. Grace Tyra at the buzzer. Metamora 21, East Peoria 3. We've played 8. We'll be back with the second quarter. Welcome back to Tepke Gym. Alex Dobb with you here. Grace Tyra beats the buzzer to end our first quarter of play, 21-3. Lady Redbirds is the score after just one quarter of play. If you missed it in the open, Lexi McClure got shoved to the ground by a Bloomington player in Tuesday night's game, is currently under concussion protocol, so she'll be out for at least a little while. So hopefully they can get her back into the fold fairly soon. Did have a chance to talk to Lexi a little bit after the game Tuesday. She was at least in good spirits, and that's all you can ask for at this point. Mo Huson commits her second personal foul. It's the second team foul on East Peoria. Katie Lallemand-Deer will inbound baseline. Lallemand-Deer directing the offense to Tyra. They got a corner three. Nope, they're going to go down low. Redgate right block, no good. Rebound, Peoria initially, and then that's going to be off Madeline Aaron. Redbird basketball. Amanda McGarity back in for Huson. So Huson will sit with 2 fouls. See who else they got on there. I see Aaron, I see Creviston. Oh, nice look right off the inbound. Elena Redgate for 2. 23-3. Okay, we're going to make it. We're going to get this starting 5 for the quarter for East Peoria. Got 5, I'm missing 1. The suspense is killing me. 2 no good. A rebound, Grace Tyra. 24. Nope, I got her. We'll figure it out, folks. Lallemand-Deer left block. Oh, gets it to roll in. Katie Lallemand-Deer for 2. 25-3. I think I can. I think Varquez. How do I miss the point guard? I should fire myself. So Redbird foul committed by Katie Lallemand-Deer. That's her first, team's 3rd. So yes, they've committed 3 fouls, but they're at least spread out. Inbounded to Varquez. Jumping up and down is Tatum Lamprecht, wanting the ball down low. 3 ball is good. That's Madeline Aaron. Second make of the game for East Peoria. Both of them 3 balls. And Ramage will return next dead ball. Lallemand-Deer continues to direct the offense, perhaps not getting what she wants, at least right at the moment. Redgate right elbow, no good. Might have gotten a hand on it, did the Raiders, and Terry saves it to Peoria. Nice effort there. Lallemand-Deer to Tyra for 3. No good. Rebound, Terry right underneath. Almost loses it, kind of does. Flips it to Peoria. Redgate, Tyra, Lallemand-Deer. Deep breath. Redbirds are moving the ball quickly, that's for sure. Lallemand-Deer at the right wing. Terry flashes up to the right elbow. Redbirds again continuing to do a good job with spreading the offense. Not only that, but continuing to move with and without the ball. Terry feeds it to Redgate, good. Elena Redgate right underneath the basket, and it's 27-6, Lady Redbirds. Redbirds continue to show press. Peoria, Tyra, and Lallemand-Deer up, and they're going to get a bucket here. Lallemand-Deer off the right block, and it's good. Katie Lallemand-Deer with 8 points, and it's 29-6, Lady Redbirds. They're on a slightly slower pace than they were Tuesday night. Tatum Lamprecht, again, Redbirds defeated Bloomington by 53. Oh, I might have done the math wrong. Dear Alex, do math before saying announcement. East Peoria on the drive. Flipped up and no good. Nice rebound, Alana Terry, and even draws the foul, I believe, on Paige Creviston. It is. Paige Creviston commits her first, team's 3rd. And a trio of subs back in for East Peoria. Jexie Bolding, Emma Walton. And the new entry is Kaylin Anderson. Katie Ramage back in for Metamora. So, again, Metamora won by 53 on Tuesday night, 78-25 over Bloomington, rather. Grace Tyra baseline jumper, good, and we're going to have to stop the game. We have a out scoreboard. I don't know if we're able to get a look at that on camera anyway, but yeah, we got a bum scoreboard right now, folks. You got a good look at it there. Obviously, that's not going to get us too far. There we go. Oh, and the clock's running. We had this, for those that don't know, I call the women's basketball games for ICC. Now, did they give that, was that a Tyra basket or a Terry basket? I thought it was Tyra. Yeah, Tyra. So Grace Tyra gets the 2. It's 29-6. That we know. So I call women's basketball games for Illinois Central College, and we were up at Kirkwood a couple weekends ago, and their scoreboard went out like 5 or 6 times in the first quarter. Katie Ramage with the steal, left block, muscles it up, and has it ripped away. No, they say foul by East Peoria. We'll see who it's on. It's on 30, Tatum Lamprecht. That's her first personal foul, fourth team foul. And Katie Ramage will go to the line. First free throw attempts of the ball game for Metamora. Good. Ramage, just a freshman. Hard to believe sometimes. Makes her first. That means she's 6 for 7 from the free throw line on the year. Again, Ramage enters the game as the team's leading scorer, 9.7 points per game. Makes that one, and it's 33-6. Traveling violation committed by Jexie. Boulding will go the other way. Redbirds will inbound baseline. Again, up 33-6 here with 4.5 to go until halftime. We'll have halftime stats. My thoughts on the first half, and we might try to get an interview. I don't know. We'll see. From a mystery guest. I say mystery guest because I don't want to say who it is and then doesn't show up and then everybody knows who didn't show up, you know, that kind of thing. So we'll see if we can get him or her. Ramage no good. A rebound Terry. Put back good. Alana Terry for 2. Redbirds at the 14-point second quarter, and it's 35-6. Emma Walton gets it across for East Peoria. Tyra prevents herself from running into Walton. Raiders still have the basketball. Lamprecht drives on Terry, puts it up and no good, but she draws the foul. Again, it'll be Tatum Lamprecht to the line. Alana Terry commits her first personal foul, fourth team foul. So 2 shots for Lamprecht, the freshman. First of 2 is up and in. Sub will be for East Peoria, but there is a sub for the shooter. Now that sub won't let happen. Elena Redgate back in for the Lady Redbirds, replacing Alana Terry. Quick run through for the schedule for East Peoria. 41-18 loss to Eureka. 25-point loss to Prairie Central. That free throw is no good. They still have it though. Then a 24-point win as it's flipped up, no good. Rebound Redgate. 24-point win over IVC. 27-point loss to Muhammad Seymour. Paisha will shoot 2. Let's see. 10-point loss to Midwest Central and the aforementioned 32-point loss to Illini Bluffs. Illini Bluffs, boy, they're going to have another pretty good team this year. Jexie Boulding, first personal, 5th team. And Kayla Paisha at the line for 2. 8 for 12 on the line. From the line on the year. That sounds better. Misses the first. Cam Youngquist returns for Metamora. Grace Tyrell will take a seat, and then Madeline Aaron back in for East Peoria. Again, one more free throw for Paisha. Her 12 attempts entering the game are most on the team, but Redgate has made the most. Those 2 are no good. Rebound for Amanda McGarity. Raiders get it across, 35-7. Metamora 3:37 and turnover. Stolen by Ramage, 2-on-2. They got to hurry. Youngquist left block, dribbles off her foot, but saves it. Lallman-Deer into the corner. Youngquist, 3-ball, wide open. No, rolls out. Tips to Redgate, put back, good. Elena Redgate for 2, 37-7. 3:18 to go into half. Double team approached by Metamora and Youngquist, yep. Reached in a little too far on that one. Cam Youngquist is going to get called for her first personal 5th team foul. So both teams have a foul to give before they're in the bonus with 3:15 to go here in the second quarter. Inbounded to Emma Walton, defended by Paisha. Handoff, was that a whistle or was that a shoe squeak? We're down a player for now. No good, rebound Redgate to Lallman-Deer to Youngquist to Paisha. The shots just continue to fall for Metamora, 39-7, 2:49 to go until the half. Nice defense by the Redbirds. The double team got out of by East Peoria. 3-ball Madeline Aaron, no good. Rebound to Keelan Anderson, put back no good. Blocked by Youngquist. Cam Youngquist looks to go the other way. Are they going to go with the fast break option? They are. Redgate to Lallman-Deer, pull up 2, no good. Rebound Paisha, put back good. Counted in the foul for Kayla Paisha. Foul charge to number 20. That's Kaylin Anderson. That's her first, team 6th. So, 3-point play attempt forthcoming for 24, 30, and 10. So all returning players, those being Jolene Varquez, Paige Creviston, and Tatum Lamprecht for East Peoria. Alyssa Russell will be a new entry for Metamora next dead ball. Peoria, free throw. Good. So in comes Alyssa Russell. Alyssa Russell back in. Well, not back in the game for the first time tonight. 41-7, Metamora. I have 42. I must be mistaken. 40. Oh, I was right. 43-7. Nope, 42. They must have a wire down to my mic up down there at the scores table, and they're just messing with me. Varquez at the left wing. Again, the Redbirds' stout defense all night so far. Stripped away by Peoria. 2-on-1. Peoria to Lalmandir, right block. 2, no good. Rebound Peoria, put back, no good. Rebound tips Peoria to Lalmandir to Russell. Russell left elbow. Ooh, no good. Looked good. It was right on target. But it's going to go out of bounds to East Peoria. So 1:52 to go until our halftime break. Redbirds are going to fall just short of the Morrow era record for points and a half, which was just set Tuesday. That almost got really bad. Jolene Varquez at the point. 42-7. 1:39 to go until the break. Walton, nice drive by her, flips it up, no good. Rebound Peoria. Redbirds are pushing. Peoria, Redgate, Youngquist, nice pass. Cam Youngquist off the right block for 2. 44-7, 1:20 to go until half. Emma Walton gets it across, defended by Russell. Walton down to that 24, Creviston. Lamprecht with 1:09 to go in the half. 44-7, Metamora. Raiders. Peoria almost had the steal. She did get a hand on it. Tatum Lamprecht brings it in for now. Off the screen. Pick and roll. 3 ball up and misses everything. Does Creviston save it in time? She does. Lalmandir, though, comes away with it. Right block, puts it up on Varquez. No good. Rebound. That is Tatum Lamprecht. Lalmandir tried to go for the steal from behind, but Lamprecht able to pull away from it. She'll drive and travel. Redbirds luck out, though, because if they had not called the travel, they certainly, I would assume anyway, would have called the foul there on the post. So then Caitlin Anderson returns to the game and replaces Tatum Lamprecht. So Alyssa Russell will inbound to Katie Lalmandir. 30 seconds to go in the half. Leah Yanko looks to get subbed in. Be the first time we see her tonight. Lalmandir 1-on-1. Off the screen. Screen and roll. Peoria. They get her right block. Good. Kayla Peoria for 2. Redbirds are going to fall just short, 3 points shy of the single half record for the Morrow era. And I say Morrow era because that's the only data I have on hand. Varquez's buzzer beater shot is no good. A 4-point second quarter for East Peoria gives them 7, and an impressive 25-point second quarter for the Lady Redbirds gives them 46. Halftime score, Metamora 46, East Peoria 7. We'll be back with the second half. A special guest, a returning guest at half, Carly Dreyer, my former color commentator, now the public address announcer this year. Kind of big shoes to fill. Amy DeFreitas here for nearly a decade. You're now down on the table full time. What's your thoughts on having this new role with the program?
Well, I did it in an entrance form, Alex. I was the one that unplugged the power.
Oh, well, you may not be here, but
yeah, my size 12. Great way to make a good impression for Jared. So maybe you might have an opening after tonight.
Yeah, is it kind of, I don't want to say weird because you've definitely done the PA work before, especially at Germantown, but is it taking any getting used to getting back on the PA? Or does it help that you've already had that PA at Germantown and still continue with the IESA level as well?
Well, you know, I've been blessed with the ability to talk to anybody. But no, having done this, having done the Germantown program, I feel very fortunate. And especially for a community that allows me to partake in this. And just like you, Alex, you like to be involved in the community. I love to be involved in the community along with my family, but it's great. It's a little nervous because I haven't meticulated all the songs from my old Samsung I don't know, iPod thing over to, I don't know, the Apple thing. I don't. Jared's looking at the playlist right now. He's like, nope, that one's not there. Nope, get rid of that one. Yep.
So what are your thoughts on the performance of the team? Because I'm sure when you lose, I mentioned it in our pregame, you lose over 1,000 points, who knows what's going to happen. They're 3-3 right now. They've had a team up 40 plus to single digits at halftime the last 2 straight games. What gives? Because you didn't know what was going to happen coming into the year, but they seem to be off to a pretty positive start.
Yeah, I think, you and I have talked about it. The energy of the team, it leads by Brianna and how she leads the girls off the floor, but also the sophomores having a great game ahead of time. That sets the pace for them. And you're absolutely right. When you've got a void of that many points coming into the new season, who knows? But, I think it goes into the season from the middle school, from the program bringing in, you see a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores playing up on the varsity team. But also, I was at the Fieldcrest Germantown Hill game last night, and they beat Fieldcrest by 33 points, Alex. So that's, I don't know what's in the water. I have no idea. But no, I even grew a beard. You didn't say anything about that. I didn't think anybody would recognize me.
It's December 5th, and you're keeping it going.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, one last question, then I'll let you go. What does this job mean to you? Because I know for me personally anyway, it has to do with my passion for girls basketball and what Bree's been able to do with this program. What keeps you coming back from game to game?
Improvement. Being an athlete myself in high school and college, even though I rode the bench more than I did anything else, but just seeing the improvement, the girls understanding the team, the team concept, and being in the corporate world, this carries into the corporate world regardless of what they think. Being in a team atmosphere, they need to have this to be successful in college and then along into their careers in their profession, Alex, just like yourself. And you've done quite well. Shoot, you're on ESPN, but not the Ocho, you're on the Trey, right?
I wouldn't mind being on the Ocho, just lunches for kicks, but who knows. Well, Charlie, I know we have to let you go so you can get back down and get ready for the second half, but thanks for taking your time with us. We loved having you in the booth last year. It was very
I enjoyed it.
And we're excited to see you take on this new, quote-unquote new role down on the scores table this year. So, again, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Alex. Always great.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Tempe Gym. Alex Staub with you here for halftime stats. For East Peoria, Mo Huson, 2 fouls, no points. Jexie Bolding, 1 foul, no points. Kaylin Anderson, 1 foul, no points. Madeline Aaron, 1-3, 3 points. Amanda McGarity, 1-3, 3 points. Paige Creviston, 1 foul, no points. Tatum Lamprecht, 1 foul, 1 for 2 from the line, 1 point. Raiders as a team, no 2s, 2 3s, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. They committed 6 first half fouls and have a total of 7 first half points. It's going to take a while to get through the Redbird offensive statistics, but that's a good thing. Grace Tyra, no fouls, 2 2s, 1 3, 7 points. Excuse me. Katie Lallman-Deer, 1 foul, 4 2s, 8 points. Kayla Pasha is your leading scorer at the half, 4 2s, 1 for 3 from the line, 1 foul, 9 points. Katie Ramage, 1 foul, 1 3, 2 for 2 from the line, 5 points. Cam Youngquist, 1 foul, 1 2, 1 3, 5 points. Elena Redgate, 3 2s, 6 points. And Alana Terry, 1 foul, 3 2s, 6 points. Let's count these up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 twos to, let's see, 17 twos, 3 threes, 3 for 5. Yeah, 3 for 5 from the free throw line. 5 fouls. 46 points. 46 points after 16 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Metamora outscores East Peoria 21-3 in the second quarter, 25-4 in the second quarter, setting up our halftime score. Metamora 46, East Peoria 7. And boy, I thought we shot well on Tuesday night, but boy, we're off to quite a good start here as well. If you allow me a second here, I have some social media engagements to get to. So I'm assuming Metamora will go in the starting lineup for the second half, but we'll see. Katie, I don't know what Coach Kim Greaves told Katie just now, but Katie's really happy. All right, Katie, we're going to give you the ball on every possession for the rest of the game. No. I don't know if it's anything like that, but obviously it's good to see the girls in good spirits. And who wouldn't be when you're up 46-7 after a half of basketball? Let's see who the Redbirds send out. I see Alana Terry, I see Grace Tyra, Katie Lallman-Deer, Kayla Pasha, and Katie Ramage, so starting 5. For East Peoria, they send out Amanda McGarity, Tatum Lamprecht, Mo Huson. I see Jolene Varquez. Did they go with starters as well? Do I see Madeline Aaron? I do not. No, yeah, I do. Starters for both sides. We're going to have a jump ball possession Metamora. Actually, it should be, yeah, okay. I did that in Galesburg once. I confused the jump ball, but I think we'll get it down. Katie Lallman-Deer gets it across. Again, Lady Redbirds up 46-7 very early on in the third quarter. Lallman-Deer to Ramage. Wide open pass, cross court. Pasha left block, good. Kayla Pasha. I don't know, she might want to start preparing for her first TV interview. I never got to interview her when she was at Germantown Hills. She might be getting her first TV interview tonight with the way she's playing. Jolene Varquez at the point. Again, I think that's probably the most important thing for East Peoria, that they're able to establish that consistency at the point guard position, that court general, if you will. And Varquez has obviously been comfortable in that role for the last couple of seasons. Shot missed, rebound Lallman-Deer to Ramage. Ramage took a couple steps, they don't call it. Pasha draws the foul. 2 free throws on the way for Kayla Pasha. Foul is on Tatum Lamprecht. That's her second personal foul, first team foul. And Kayla Pasha will shoot 2. She's 1 for 3 from the line on the night. First of 2 is up and rolls in. So again, a great night for Kayla Pasha. 12 points right now. Make it 13. The Redbirds have hit 50. Score is 50-7 with 6:48 to go in the third quarter. Varquez to Huson. Oh, whoa, nope. I thought they would have taken that. Ramage almost gets the steal. It's Lamprecht, defended by Tyra. Stolen away. Terry to Ramage. Katie Ramage will reset. Up to Cam Youngquist. Youngquist working around. Wait, where was I going with Youngquist? I need to fire Brad. He didn't give me the right player name. No. Again, thanks to Brad Marshall. He's been running my camera tonight. That's going to be kind of a rotating role this season due to Charlie being on the table. Ramage right wing. Or left wing, rather. Right wing, Tyra, 3 ball is good. I know where I was going with that. I was getting ready to bring up a thought about Germantown Hills, and Ramage had the ball, and naturally I go from Ramage to Youngquist. I tried to think of a Germantown Hills name, and that's, I guess, the first name otherwise that came up. Varquez down the Huson, kick out. 3 ball McGarity, no good. Rebound Huson, is she going to muscle it back up? No, ripped away. Lallman-Deer off Huson, it should be. Yep, off Huson. It'll be Metamora ball. So, 5:40 to go, third quarter. Metamora with a massive 53-7 lead. Ramage right below us to Lallman-Deer. Ramage again. They got Tyra left wing if they want her. Top of the key, Lallman-Deer, 3 ball. No good. Rebound, Alana Terry. Put back, no good. Lets it go out of bounds. Smart move. Batted out of bounds, says Scott Taylor, so it'll stay Redbird basketball. 53-7, 5:19, third quarter. Lallman-Deer inbounds. Near baseline to be exact. Tyra, travel, yep. Lost her pivot foot, took a little bit of a slide step, if you will. And East Peoria will inbound far sideline, and it's Tatum Lamprecht. Gets it in the Jolene Varquez. 5:10, third quarter, Redbirds by 46. Again, running clock does not start till the fourth quarter. Aaron corner, 3 ball, good. And they've hit double figures. 53-10, stolen away. No, I thought East Peoria had the steal there for a second. Pasha, Terry, left elbow 2, no good. Rebound to Madeline Aaron. Aaron down floor, defended by Ramage. to Huson at the free throw line. Varquez. Aaron to Lamprecht, 3-ball, no good. Rebound Lalmontier. Hayden Lalmontier on the fast break was fouled. Foul on East Peoria. Charge to 30, Tatum Lamprecht. That's her third, so she's now in foul trouble. Second team foul. Emma Walton into the game. Replacing Tatum Lamprecht. Inbounds for Metamora, 4:29 to go, third quarter. They're up by 43. Largest margin of victory in the Morrow era is 53 points. Alana Terry right block, puts it up and in. Alana Terry for two. 55-10 about midway through the third quarter. Redbirds continue to show pressure. They falled off a full-on press. They've just defended really well still once the Raiders cross the half-court line. 3:54 third quarter, Redbirds by 45. Corner three ball, Aaron up and no good. Rebound, Kayla Pasha traveled, but she got away with it. Kayla Pasha takes it herself, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Terry, put back good. Alana Terry for two. Redbirds up by 47. I'm told it might be more than the Morrow era in terms of victories by 50 or more points. And the Redbirds are en route to that right now. 24-Paige Creviston returns for East Peoria for the first time in the second half, and a trio of subs for Metamora. Leah Yanko, Elena Redgate, Cam Youngquist. All in. Lalmontier will run the point. Over to Tyra. Cross court to Yanko. Back to Tyra, too high on the pass. It'll be a turnover to East Peoria. 47-point lead, 3:08 third quarter. So Coach Morrow calls a 30-second timeout. Kind of an awkward situation there. They stopped the ball, looked like they were going to resume play, and then grant the Metamora timeout. 30-second timeout. I believe that's the first called timeout of the game by Metamora. So anytime you don't have to use a timeout until 3:08 to go in the third quarter, it usually means you're in pretty good shape. So again, Metamora with the 47-point lead. Their 53-point win over Bloomington on Tuesday night is the largest margin of victory in the Morrow era. It's at 47 right now. Again, next broadcast will take place next Friday night. Lady Redbirds will host the Limestone Rockets. So that will be our next Redbird replay broadcast for you. We hope you tune in for that one. Jolene Varquez runs the point for East Peoria. 47-point lead, 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Got a nice look down low to Huson. Flips it out to Varquez, fouled by Yanko. The first foul of the game on Leah, her first, team's first. That's the one thing, is the Lady Redbirds are committing fouls, and I mean those are going to come over the course of a game, but they're at least spread out. They're distributed well. Madeline Aaron on the drive. Stolen away, Redgate to Tyra. Tyra, defended by Huson, gives it to Yanko, thought about the corner three. Top of the key, Youngquist, wide open, three ball, no good. Rebound, Grace Tyra. Tyra to Lalmontier. She'll reset, 2.5 to go, third quarter. Tyra, right wing, three ball, looks good, no good. Rebound, Madeline Aaron and Jolene Varquez. 2:20 to go, third quarter now. Varquez and Yanko was called for the blocking foul. That'll be her second personal foul and the second team foul. Pair of subs for East Peoria, Jexie Bolding and Kaylin Anderson. And for the Raiders, Coach Cassandra Brown's kept a pretty consistent rotation in terms of who's seen the minutes load and how the substitutions have gone. So at least the consistency's there. I'm sure it does help on the coaching side of things when trying to determine minutes load. Huson on Redgate, flipped it over, two, no good. A rebound, Redgate. That was Kaylin Anderson with the shot attempt, steal, and bucket. I think that was Huson that got that. Double dribble, turnover to East Peoria. They're yet to put the bucket up on the, well, they put 2 up on the board, but they haven't awarded the individual. Huson? What do you think, Brad? Number 12? Yep. So we'll give it to Mo Huson for now. East Peoria on the other end. Flipped up, no good. Rebound. That's Jexie Bolding. 3-ball, no good. Rebound tips into the hands of Grace Tyra. 57-12. 1:33 quarter. Youngquist on the drive. Flips it out. Yanko to Lalmandier. Corner 3-ball. Good! Katie Lalmandier for 3, and it's 60-12. Metamora. 1:15 third quarter. Looks like we'll see Morgan Aaron for the first time tonight. Long 2, no good. Rebound, that's Emma Walton. Huson lost it. Oh, they say poked from behind. East Peoria ball. So Morgan Aaron back in. And then subs for Metamora. Alyssa Russell and Belle Simmons for Grace Tyra and Katie Lalmandier. Inbound for the Raiders. Blocked by Russell. Out of bounds to East Peoria. So just about every Lady Redbird that's dressed tonight has seen action at some point of the game. Inbound, tipped by Russell to Yanko. Yanko, 2-on-1, 3-on-1 really. Russell good. Alyssa Russell with her first points of the 2019-2020 season at the varsity level. Redbirds lead by 50 with 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. Varquez turnover, stolen by Yanko. Redbirds are pushing. Fouled by Varquez. That's Jolene Varquez's first personal foul. Third team foul. Again, 50-point lead for Metamora, 37.1 third quarter. That'll be a sideline inbound for Cam Youngquist below us here. Cam gets it in to Alyssa Russell. 33 seconds. Belle Simmons down low, Elena Redgate. Oh, nice pass, Cam Youngquist. I don't think Cam was ready for it, though. East Peoria the other way. Emma Walton down the 22 seconds. Stolen by Youngquist. Pass was tipped, so no over and back. Jolene Varquez, turnover. It'll be Metamora basketball. Redbirds presumptively will have the last shot of the third quarter at 62-12. Alyssa Russell will take her time getting it across. We're down in 10 seconds. Simmons to Russell to Yanko. Down low, Redgate to Youngquist. Pull up 2, good! Cam Youngquist for 2. That's gonna do it for our third quarter. Redbirds with an 18-point third quarter to give them 64. East Peoria with a 5-point third quarter to give them 12. Redbirds by 52. The fourth quarter is next. Alrighty, folks, it's time for the fourth quarter of play here from Metamora. It'll be East Peoria basketball to begin the fourth quarter. Madeline Aaron, Tatum Lamprecht, 24 Paige Creviston, 12 Mo Huson, and 22 Amanda McGarity. And Belle Simmons is going to get called for the blocking foul. That'll be her first, team's third. So Simmons is 1. Russell, Redgate, Youngquist. Russell, Redgate, Youngquist, Yanko. And we're going the other way. We'll see Brooklyn Marshall for the first time tonight. I better be careful with Brad right next to me. I don't know. Alyssa Russell to Youngquist, turnover stolen away by, that is Lamprecht. Lamprecht defense closes in, and we got a blocking foul on the Lady Redbirds. It's charged to number 15. Belle Simmons picks up her second personal, fourth team foul. And it'll send Tatum Lamprecht to the free throw line for East Peoria. These are the third and fourth free throw attempts of the game for the Raiders. First one is up and in. 64-13, as you might imagine, we're at running clock. And once it starts, it doesn't stop again. It continues to run even if it gets within 40. So both free throws are good. 64-14, Leah Yanko on the other end. Kicked the ball, and it'll be Redbird basketball. So this last 6:25 is going to go fast, folks, so bear with us here. 50-point lead for Metamora. Russell inbounds to Simmons. Simmons looking. Almost turns it over, still has it. Over to Yanko to Youngquist. Youngquist still has it to Simmons. Simmons to Yanko. Down low, Marshall. Back to Yanko to Simmons. Russell in the left wing to Marshall, has her shot blocked. Rebound to Amanda McGarity. 5:50 to go in fourth quarter. Redbirds up 50, 64-14. McGarity in the Aaron. Corner three ball for Madeline Aaron. No good. Rebound Leah Yanko. Down floor Bell Simmons. Knocked out by Lamprecht, and it'll stay Metamora basketball. I have a fact about this game, but I don't want to jinx it, so I'm going to wait till it happens. Brooklyn Marshall off the inbound underneath, flips it out to Russell. Simmons and the Redbirds will reset. Over to Youngquist. Yanko in the corner. Marshall kicks it back out. No, turnover. Yes, turnover. Stolen. I thought the Redbirds were going to get it back there for a second. Tatum Lamprecht gets it across. Defended by Simmons. Flips it over McGarity to Hoosen. McGarity, Hoosen, Aaron. Over to McGarity, 4:47 to go. Redbirds by 50 still, 64-14. Lamprecht on the drive, flips it up, no good. A rebound Lamprecht, put back on Russell, good. Tatum Lamprecht for two. 64-16. Alyssa Russell to Bell Simmons. Back to Russell to Yanko. Right wing three ball up and no good. Rims out. Rebound to Madeline Aaron. Man, Redbirds have had a couple of those tonight. That's for sure. Madeline Aaron goes down to Hoosen. Mo Hoosen kick out Amanda McGarity for three. No good. Rebound Creviston, put back was fouled. Two shots on the way for Paige Creviston. Fifth team foul on Metamora. Charge to Cam Youngquist. That's her second, team's fifth. So Paige Creviston will shoot her first free throw attempts of the ball game. First to two is up and in. Kaylin Anderson back into the game for East Peoria. Let's see, do the math here. It's a 47-point lead. Stays at 47. Alyssa Russell with the rebound. Down floor. Youngquist. Back to Russell. Simmons open left wing. Puts it up. No good. Rebound Leah Yanko. Yanko up top. Russell. They got Simmons again down on the left side. Simmons flips it up. No good. A rebound Brooklyn Marshall. Put back. No good. Rebound Cam Youngquist. Put back. No good. Rebound Brooklyn Marshall again was fouled. Two free throws on the way. So 2 free throws. Brooklyn Marshall, she'll go for her first points of the night and of the season. I guess if I have any questions on that, you'd probably be the most accurate source in the gym, maybe, would you, Brad? First free throw for Brooklyn Marshall, no good. I take full responsibility if she misses both, Brad, I'm sorry. Jolene Varquez back in for East Peoria. One more free throw for Brooklyn Marshall. I quit. Rebound East Peoria. That's my first jinx of the year. Yanko had that one read from the other side of town. Gets the steal. 2:12 to go. Russell for three. No good. Rebound Marshall. What a rebound. Youngquist long two. Good. Cam Youngquist for two. What do we have here? Oh, substitution timeout. 13, 15. They don't have a 15, so we have a nameless player in the game. My apologies for not checking on that before the game. 32, Caitlin Wendell in the game as well. Wendell in as well. Off Yanko, it'll stay East Peoria basketball. 1:39 to go. Redbirds are going to be back over 500. Actually, I don't think they've been over 500 this year, have they? So they'll be over 500 for the first time this year. 4-3. Poked out by Belle Simmons. Great effort there. Just 82 seconds remain. I don't know, Brad. Do we go Kayla Pasha, player of the game? And then I think maybe Katie Lallman-Deer or Grace Tyra, plan B, in case Kayla doesn't want to talk. We can run into that from time to time. Players and interviews, you're always going to have that. Good example, though, when I worked the Bradley women's basketball games, Laisha Petrie, who, by the way, is one of the more talented shooters in the entire Missouri Valley Conference, mind you. When we did her first interview as a Bradley Brave, she was very shy about it, hard to do an interview with, but then as she started doing well game after game and kept doing more and more interviews, she is a seasoned veteran now. So, who knows? Maybe we'll have the start of something new here. Rebound off East Peoria. Cam Youngquist comes away with it. Down floor, Belle Simmons. 45 seconds to go. Leah Yanko in the corner. Throws it across Alyssa Russell, left wing, 3-ball, no good. Rebound, Yanko went for it. They're going to get it. Yep, Leah Yanko with it. Up top, Belle Simmons. 33 seconds to go. Simmons to Yanko to Youngquist. Youngquist traveled but got away with it. Hard foul by Jexie Bolding. So Jexie Bolding commits her second personal, fourth team. And I don't know, Cam better hurry, otherwise this buzzer is going to come off while she's shooting her free throws. Maybe they'll let her put the first one up and then, because Cam, watch the clock, put that first one up quick. We're going to get in before the buzzer. Oh, they stopped it. First one up and in. Now, if the buzzer had gone off while she was shooting her free throw, would they have counted it? Would they have let her shoot another free throw? Cam Youngquist goes 2 for 2 from the line, and that is going to be a final. Lady Redbirds win by 51. What a game. Final score, Metamora 68, East Peoria 17. We'll be back with end of the game stats and head coach Brianna Morrow and either Kayla Pasha or Katie Lallman-Deer. Stay tuned. All right, so back here in Metamora with Grace Tyra, starting to get some new players interviewed, and I guess you're going to have that when the change happens as much as it does, but kind of tell me about that. Like, I'm sure you guys might not have even known what to expect going into this year when you lose all that you did, but now you're 4-3. You nearly score 70-plus points in back-to-back games, win by 50-plus back-to-back games. What gives in terms of, like, did you guys was there a lot of question marks going into the year, and have some of those been relieved now that you're playing so well right now?
Yeah, I mean, we had a young team coming in, but we've always been pretty good at running, and so transition's really something that we try to do, and that's what really gets us ahead in all these games.
So I'm still kind of getting over the 78 points on Tuesday night. Then you turn it around and score 68 tonight. Is this kind of the new identity of this team? Because it seems to be, I mean, we were kind of up-tempo as it was last year, but you seem to even be loving the pace even more this year. So is that something that's kind of come into the fold more so this year than last year? And do you expect to at least try to maintain that going forward?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we need to keep pushing the score, and we've been hitting a lot of threes, and transition just always really helps us out. So, yeah.
Conference play underway. I know the conference is kind of confusing all around everybody, but maybe Washington and Morton kind of going through what we're going through. Does that kind of help, knowing that a lot of the other schools in the conference are kind of in the same boat as us?
Yeah, definitely. It gives us like the confidence. I mean, we know we've competed against these girls for like a while now, and so we know what to expect and what to come out and what we have to do.
All right, we'll let you go and then hand it off to Katie. My life has come full circle now. I've interviewed 2 Lallman-Deers, and I'm not even that old yet. So what's this been like? Because you're almost a veteran now. I mean, shoot, you're only a freshman last year, and now you had a lot of minutes last year, getting a lot of minutes this year. Has it settled in yet that you're able to be this much of a contributor this early in your career?
Yeah, I think with the short numbers, it brought, like, it's not just me. Like, Kayla got minutes yesterday, and she's a starter as well. And I think it's huge to have, like, the younger kids, because like me, like, the seniors took care of me last year, so I really think we're trying to focus on doing that with Katie and Cam playing up, and they're huge contributors as well, so it's nice to have them.
What's it like for you kind of following in your sister's footsteps? I know you aren't wearing the same uniform number. I'm not sure if that was a big deal or not, but what is that like? Because obviously I feel like you two are kind of one and the same in terms of how you both play. So what is that like? Kind of, because I haven't, now that I think about it, I haven't interviewed you since you became a varsity player. So I guess I will ask you that. What's that been like, kind of seeing what she was like as varsity player and now kind of getting to follow in her footsteps per se?
Well, yeah, so...
She might be watching this, by the way, so be careful. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Grace just said something to me about it. Like, we remember coming here when we were younger and we were watching them, and I mean, we couldn't wait to be here. So watching Carrie and just like dreaming about the day where I got to play on varsity, like, it's huge. And I think it helps knowing, like, because I got to know Coach Morrow through Carrie.
Yeah.
So then to know that coach coming up, I think it was huge.
Oh, get away from the sentimental questions for a little bit and talk about this team, because I'll ask you the same thing I asked Grace. I'm sure there were plenty of question marks coming into this year. I don't know if you knew the exact number. We lost 1,004 points from last season. Return only 364. So that being said, you're 4-3. You win by as much. You score as much as you do the last two games. What gives in terms of knowing how many question marks there were coming into this year, but oh, by the way, you're over 500 for the first time and playing as well as you are right now?
I think it's tough coming in. I think we're overlooked a lot. I think they look at us and know how much we lost. And I don't think they really understand how much we've gained. Like I said before, the two freshmen coming up is huge. I don't know, we got Lexi back too, which she's a big contributor with points. I think people are definitely overlooking us. And Coach says every day in practice, we're young, we got to fight harder, we got to play harder to beat these big teams, and I think that's exactly what we've been doing.
How critical is that attitude going to be, especially teams like these so-called big dogs in the conference, like Morton, like the Washingtons, like the Cantons? How critical is that going to be in games like that?
It's going to be huge. I mean, we're young, so we can't freak out, we can't panic. We got to know we're young, but we got to use that to our advantage as well.
All right, thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with end of the game stats. Welcome back to Tepke. Jim Alexstad with you here as we get ready to wrap up this exciting 68-17 win for Metamora over the East Peoria Raiders. Falls just shy of tying the Brianna Morrow era record for win victory margin, a 51-point victory. Let's get to the stats. Jolene Varquez for East Peoria, 1 foul, no points. Mo Husin, 2 fouls, 2 points. Jexie Boulding, 2 fouls, no points. Emma Walton played but did not accumulate stats. Kaylin Anderson, 1 foul, no points. Madeline Aaron, 2 threes, 6 points. Amanda McGarity, 1 3, 6 points. Morgan Aaron played but did not accumulate stats. Paige Creviston, 1 foul, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 1 point. And is this the leading scorer? No. Taylor Lamprecht, 3 fouls, 1 2, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 5 points. Raiders as a team, 2 twos, 3 threes, 4 for 6 from the free throw line, 10 fouls, and 17 points. Statistics for the Lady Redbirds. Go down the scorebook a little ways. Leah Yanko, 2 fouls, no points. Alyssa Russell, 1 2, 2 points. Belle Simmons, 2 fouls, no points. Caitlin Pasha, 1 foul, 5 twos, 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 13 points. Katie Ramage, 1 foul, 1 3, 2 for 2 from the line, 5 points. Brooklyn Marshall, 0 for 2 from the free throw line, no points. Cam Youngquist, 2 fouls, 3 twos, 1 3, 2 for 2 from the line, 11 points. Elena Redgate, 3 twos, 6 points. And Alana Terry, 1 foul, 5 twos, 10 points. Lady Redbirds as a team, a very impressive stat line once again. 23 twos, 5 threes, 7 for 11 from the free throw line. That's 63.6%. They committed 10 fouls and scored 68 points. Metamora outscores East Peoria 21-3 in the first quarter, 25-4 in the second quarter, 18-5 in the third quarter, and then East Peoria outscores Metamora 5-4 in the fourth quarter. Setting up our final score, Metamora 68, East Peoria 17. Our next broadcast, once again, will be next Friday night. Redbirds take on the Limestone Rockets. Once again, Metamora wins 68-17 over East Peoria. They are now 4-3 on the season. They'll take on Notre Dame next Tuesday before we hit the airwaves once again next Friday against the Limestone Rockets. For our camera operator tonight, Brad Marshall. For Coach Morrow, speaking with in the pregame. And then our co-players of the game, Grace Tyra finishes with 2 twos, 2 threes, and 10 points. And Katie Lallman-Deer, 4 twos, 1 3, 11 points, and a foul. Those are our co-players of the game. This is Alex Somm saying so long from Tempe Gymnasium. Redbirds win 68-17. We'll see you next Friday night against Limestone.